Today's era, as mental health is one of the most commonly facing problem all around the world. So, what is the importance of mental health awareness? Mental health illness affect 19% of the adult population, 46% of the teenagers, and 13% of the children each year. So, people struggling with their mental health may be in our family, live next door, teach your children, work in next cubicle, or sit in the same church pew. However, only half of those affected receive the treatments, often because of the stigma attached to the mental health. So, untreated mental illness can contribute to the higher medical expenses, poorer performance at the school and the work, fewer employment opportunities, and increase the risk of suicide. So, what exactly is mental illness? A mental illness is a physical illness of the brain that causes disturbance in thinking, behaviors, energy, or emotions that make it difficult to cope with the ordinary demands of the life. So, researching is the start to the uncover the complicated cases of these diseases, which can be include genetics, brain chemistry, brain structure, experiencing trauma, and other medical conditions like the heart disease. So, which is actually a dangerous. The two most common mental health conditions are the anxiety disorder and the mood disorder. So, in anxiety disorder, more than 18% of adults each year struggle with some type of anxiety disorders, which include the post traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, panic disorder, means panic attacks, and generalized anxiety disorder and the specific phobias. So, what are mood disorders? Mood disorders such as the depression and bipolar depression affect nearly 10% of the adults each year and are characterized by difficulties in regulating one's mood. So, what we can do to help? Although the general perception of the mental illness has improved over the past decades, study shows that the stigma against mental illness is still powerful. So, largely due to the media stereotypes and the lack of education, and that people tend to attach the negative stigmas to the mental health conditions at a far higher rate than the other disease and the disabilities such as cancer, diabetes, or the heart disease. So, stigma affects not only the numbers seeking treatment but also the number of the resources available for the proper treatment. So, stigma and misinformation can feel like overwhelming obstacles. So, here are the few powerful things that you can do to help. Showing individual respect and the acceptance, it removes significant barriers to successfully coping with their illness. Having people seeing you are individual and not your mental health illness can make the biggest difference for someone who is struggling with their mental health. Second one, advocating within our circles of the influence. It helps ensure these individuals have the same rights and the opportunities and as other members of your church or school or community, etc. So, learning more about mental health allows us to provide the helpful support to those affected in our. Here we also mention some of the resources that are great sources for the mental health news or the information includes which is the National Health Institute of the Mental Health. So Mental Health America, Pine Rest Mental Health Resources. We also need to talk about suicides. Suicide is one of the most common today's era. So suicide is also a cause of mental illness, and we all over the world need to understand this. It's not a small thing. Depression or mental illness is not a small thing. So September in suicide prevention awareness month, we need to start the talking about the suicides. So now are we need to keep talking. Suicide has long been a serious problem health issues. So now months of isolation, unemployment, and precious changes. These are the these all are the causes of the suicide. And protecting teens for this from self injuries. So parents, teachers, and other adults go to their lengths to protect teenagers from harm. Yet, within any group of adolescents, statistics indicate one of every five females and one of every seven males either are currently engaged or having engaging. Depression and mood disorders or health. What are the tips that are keep to your tank full or emotionally, physically, or mentally?